Stockton. They beat them 11-3. Then they visited another Mayflower rival over at Westport. They visited Westport. They beat them 22-0.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it gets better. May 1st, Sacred Heart. They beat them 3-1. Then they visited Holbrook on the 3rd of May. Beat them 12-3. Beat Bishop Connolly, another Mayflower rival. Beat them 22-0 on May 8th.
So what's the average rounding out to?
I don't know.
Right now? Like around 15.
I was hoping you guys were
so.
going to add this up for me. I was hoping you guys. Then they hosted Westport on the Lady Cougars on the 10th of May, beat them 19-0. Visited the Lady Cougars of Bishop Connolly High School, beat them 13-0. Their first loss of the season was against East Bridgewater on the 17th of May, 3-0. Then they were actually hosting that day. Then they visited the Lady Vikings over EB and beat them 10-7. Played Diamond Volk, another Mayflower rivalry on the 19th of May, beat them 12-8. And also on they beat Avon on the 21st 4-0. I'm going to hold this spot so we don't go to the commercial. That's where was I? The 21st. Then they visited Tri-County. They beat Tri-County at Tri-County on this 22nd of May, 14-1. They visited Diamond Volk, beat the Lady Panthers they lost 8-7. So that actually ended the regular season. So before I get into the playoffs, and like I said, we're going to jump around everywhere. So what was that like, losing the last game of the regular season going into the tournament? I always work something into something. It's just a matter of time. So I'm curious. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, 2 losses, a regular season, you went into the bracket. Yeah, you went into the bracket. You were second seed going into the sectional tournament, 18-2. But I was just curious the mindset going into that one loss against Diamond Volk on the 25th of May with the 8-7 loss. What was that like?
That was a tough game for us. So that game we shouldn't have probably played on that day. It was really bad out. It was raining. Field was a wreck. I didn't think it was safe playing conditions. And it was just like, there was just mistakes that we made. There was mistakes they made. It's just they capitalized. They scored. We didn't. It was like one of those things. They played better than us that day.
Yeah, one-run game.
Yeah, I was going to say, you scored more than just one. You're making it sound like it was an 8-7. It came down. That was a close game. Wasn't, you know what I mean? For a minute, it sounded like it was like a 5-0 shutout down, but you only lost by 1. And now what about you other girls? What was your mindset thinking about that before going to the playoffs?
Well, I think mentally for that game, it was hard because, for us, I believe that was the week of, graduation or senior week.
Right, yeah.
Where,
that was graduation.
It was hard to just keep track of softball that week because we had so many other things going on. So it was kind of hard to, stay in the game while trying to, manage all these different, 10 things on top of it.
Okay. What about you, young lady?
It's always sad to lose your last game of the season after, what we did and after hearing the scores again. It's like, ugh. Wow, that was awful, but
not really. Well, except for that one. I was just curious your mindset. Just that one loss. Actually, it's really impressive.
We moved on. We moved on from it. We knew we were going to be a high seed in the playoffs, so we didn't really think too much of it. We knew what we had to work on. It showed our weaknesses in that game. Yeah. So we went into after graduation, since we had the bye the first round.
Yeah.
We had a lot of practices, and we knew what we needed to work on, in infield, outfield, and hitting. And honestly, I think it helped us.
Yeah, it probably didn't affect your seeding at all, did it?
No,
the one. Yeah.
We still would have been.
Yeah, because Bristol Aggie was undefeated that last year, so that's the reason why I got the 1 seed. We are going to take our first break. We will step away. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA. We are now streaming and podcasting live right off the 4 Deep Sports Talk website. You can see the girls in studio, just all one word, 4 FOUR, 4deepsportstalk.com. We'll be back with more.
Actually got to get outside, which the previous seasons we haven't been able to much, but everybody was working hard. And from the first game, we played Cardinal Spellman, which was a tough way to start the season because they're one of our biggest competitors, and we knew it was going to be a good game, and coming out with a win right there was huge for us. And then the next couple games we scored quite a bit, and we just knew it was going to be stronger than we previously anticipated.
Yeah, like the first game was a close one, 5-4, like you said, and then the next one, 27-4. Get all the jitters out real quick, and then just go to work.
And it's no disrespect to any of the other high schools.
No, not at all,
This is
but-
your hour, and this is the way the scores fell. And
We have a really strong hitting team.
You
and-
think?
Yeah.
holy smokes! Hey, what's the wall distance for your ballpark? Is it
180 is the center.
like
one-
12.
180? What about the corners, left and right? Do you-
Left field's pretty short.
I think it's 180 all the way around.
I think
One's
it's
like
different.
178. I think the other's like 176.
Yeah.
It's like right around there.
Left field is a little bit shorter, right?
But
field-
it's still considered a high school home run, right?
Yeah. Well,
Because-
left field has a 12-foot fence.
So it has
So
that.
we- they just put that
Oh,
in.
Little
okay.
green monster.
Added
Right.
degree of difficulty.
Doesn't really do much.
All right, but it does challenge the head, so that's a legal home run. The reason why I was saying that because in Plainville, where where King Philip plays, it's only a double, I believe, over left field. It's still short.
But you hit it out of the park, and it's a double.
It's only a double.
That's a
And
real
that's what they,
buzzkill, right?
well, that's what they do. Well, the other one at East Bridgewater, the boys varsity left field, it's only a double too.
See, I
It's
don't
a
agree
short
with
wall
that.
and left, so that's how that's why.
The
You know
girls
what I
were
mean?
hitting so many out of the park that they did raise the fence last season to make it a little bit more difficult, but it didn't
Right.
seem to really do much.
No, not really, not really. Now, Coach, how bad did you have to make up for lost kids from this team for this year? Was there a lot of gaps that they get me?
We graduated 5 seniors last year, and there were 3 starters. So we had a couple. It was
Oh, so that's
it
not
was
too
mostly
bad.
outfield this year. Now this year we're graduating 3, but it's mostly infield. So we're gonna have to change things around a little bit next year.
You think some players are going to be changing positions?
Yeah, there's a
Definitely.
good possibility,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna have to have new pitching.
Yep.
Mhm.
So it'll be different.
Did your pitcher get a chance? Her backup? Did she throw in any of these games?
Yeah. Yep. Obviously.
Was it the
if-
nail biter 16-3 or 27-4?
Obviously, if Allie was throwing every game, she would get exhausted. So Morgan Bellady pitched some for us, and Kayla Connors also did some pitching for us this year.
Wow, she has a bullpen.
Yeah.
That's
well, I was
cool.
about to ask, is it usually one pitcher throughout the whole game, or is there a bullpen with like a closer?
Usually one throughout the game, unless we want to give Allie a break or
Definitely.
whatever. But it's usually one per game.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part.
Yeah. Cool.
So what do you
That's-
think, if anything at all, hurt this team? I know besides the 2 losses, what do you think you guys personally wanted to work on as a team that you believe you need to work on prior to this season? Did anything come to mind at all? Like before you guys went out and started warming and stretching?
It's stealing bases.
Was
or
it anything? Was
I
it
know you
base
guys have
running?
some stuff. We do goals at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, there's got to be something. I mean, season's over,
I achieved
right?
my goals, but I think as a team goal, I think we should have capitalized more on base running. I think we played it safe a lot this year compared to previous years with some teams like East Bridgewater. We knew they had a good catcher who had a good throw down, so we didn't really want to risk getting like out on that because we needed the base runners in that. But I think sometimes like we could have got extra bases, but we didn't capitalize on that.
So in your personal opinion, was it base running?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you 2 girls?
I know that like before every game and then like even before the season,
Yeah.
one of my big things was like communication and just talking and knowing where you're gonna go with the ball like before every play happens. That's like a big thing. Like, and I think we could have even done it like more like towards the end of the season.
Okay.
That's what we always talk
Situational
about.
like awareness, like knowing what to do if like ball gets hit down the third field line, someone's on second, where do you throw it, like that kind of stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, mine would be just like what she said, like communicating, like hitting your cuts on the field.
Mhm.
Because we'd have like some games where if it's close game, like the loss, like we'd overthrow throws from like the outfield and from the infield too. Like it was just all around. We could have talked more on the field.
Definitely. Was it like a lot of changing up signs or learning new signs from the coaches on the sides, or?
No, we keep the same signs
Cool.
every year. We always go over them at practice. So some people still don't know. Sometimes I don't even know still.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they get intricate sometimes. It's like,
We have a lot.
On rainy day practices, doing film would do the quizzes on Google Classroom.
Yeah.
You guys get quizzes?
Yes.
Wow.
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it is not a bad.
Yeah.
When in motos.
Yep.
That's too funny.
So what about for pitching? Did the signs ever change during the season?
So what we do, we call our own games with our catcher. My catcher I play all summer with too, so we work together
that's
all
good.
off season together, and we just felt like had a really good bond. We worked well together, so we just used the signs we use over the summer, so it was pretty good.
And who's your catcher?
Her name's Jenna Rayfel. She's from a school choice kid from Raynham, and she's a junior, going to be a senior this year.
She's gonna miss you, huh?
I'm gonna miss her.
Voice
Jenna
by
did
the
a
way,
great
that's
job.
awesome.
She stepped it up.
this year. Yeah.
Yeah, the improvement I've seen from winter to spring was amazing.
I don't know if you guys. I was looking at the score again. I was trying to do the math.
So she's only a sophomore. You're gonna have her for another couple of years then.
She's a junior. She'll be a senior.
Oh,
next
so
year.
she'll be a
Yeah.
senior next year. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Catcher is probably one of those where, somebody has to step up because there aren't many people at like joint baseball wanted to be a catcher. I assume. I don't know, or at least softball.
Then we had another girl we were going to train, but she ended up tearing her ACL. So she won't be bending down much.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
always
have to train her for
wonder
a new spot.
like how they're able to just squat down for that long for like 2.5
I
hours.
give
Just like,
credit. It's hard.
yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't want to do it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're gonna have to prep somebody for that. So it's gonna be a
Plenty of
challenge.
sports.
That's
Mm.
important to have a pitcher-catcher relationship there going.
Oh, definitely.
Mm.
Like good chemistry with your catcher is amazing. If you don't like your catcher, it's not gonna go well.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost done. I almost have it all added up.
No worries. No worries.
So go ahead. If you guys have another question, I'm almost there. This is so cool.
I still need to think.
That's
How
all
did-
right.
That's all right.
How did she do in batting this year, the catcher?
She did well. She
Did
was
well.
one of our players toward the
Mhm.
end of the batting
Right.
order, but she really stepped it up and she cranks them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did the batting order change at all this year?
Batting order definitely changed. Again, we lost 5 seniors, so
Right.
people moved around. We switched around a little bit in the beginning, but it was pretty steady,
Mm-hmm.
towards the middle of the season.
Definitely. Definitely.
I got one.
Sure.
What's the hardest part about playing softball?
The hardest part you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I think playing in the heat is tough. Like it's like we play 7 innings, and most times we have like double headers. I think we had how many double headers did we have this year? We had at least 4 double headers, which
Wow.
so 14 innings in a row. We had a 10-minute break in between each game, and it gets hot in the spring, especially when May comes around. It's like
Who's responsible for all the the double headers?
the
The
rain.
Oh, I see. I see. You need to fit all the games in.
Yeah, so
We always have one over
April break,
vacation,
which is
but
always in the morning,
Right.
so it's not hot, but it's like just playing in the heat is tough. I think.
Definitely. Especially on the pitcher.
Yeah.
Like right there in the center.
I think the toughest part is when you lose a game and have to play that same team again. Like for East Bridgewater,
Mhm.
we played them. They were a doubleheader game too, so we knew that was just gonna be a long day because
Yeah.
that would be a full game. It won't be slaughter rule for them.
It was hot.
So, and that since we lost the first game, it's kind of hard coming back and playing in the next game. But then we actually came back and won, so that was
Gratifying, definitely.
And we
Yeah.
face them again for a 3rd time
yeah.
in the season, which is always tough.
Obviously, everyone wants to go outside, but some days you just can't because there's a thunderstorm or something.
Right.
So you have to be inside on Google. Like,
Whoa, Google. Nobody's cheating on the quizzes, right?
No.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Now, what was it all? Scenario questions? What you do in this situation? And it's almost like taking an umpire's exam if you think about it.
signs and scenarios. Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have like this like PowerPoint thing that Mr. High would make us, and there would be like a ball, and he would like move it someplace, and like one of us would just like take the ball, delete it, and like when he wasn't paying
Oh,
attention, we would just mess around. We were a very like fun team. We were very big pranksters.
Is it- how-
You guys did that quite a lot.
did he realize you guys were doing that, or did it take a
After a
while?
minute.
Yes. He would do like find the ball, and it wasn't there.
when we were all laughing and
Yeah.
pointing, and he didn't know why. He knew something was up. So.
That's
They're not very
funny.
good at keeping straight faces. They all giggle and laugh at when
So
at
who
their
did,
jokes.
did you like point at the person that did it, or just slap it off? And
Mostly Kayla.
It was mostly Kaylee, yeah.
oh, that's too funny.
Coaches can't hand out detention either, so
Right.
it's not-
All
You
right,
can
we,
make them run laps though.
that is
yeah,
true.
that's true.
That is true.
Is it a small gym?
It's bigger than it was before.
Oh, wow. All right, we are going to step away. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online. We are streaming live and podcasting live off the 4 Deep Sports Talk website. We are highlighting the 2017 Lady Wildcats from West Bridgewater High School, the girls softball team. We'll be back with more right after this.
On Thursday, July 27th at 2 p.m., representatives of the Oak Knoll Wildlife Sanctuary will present the life cycle of frogs and butterflies in the Balfour Room of the Attleboro Public Library. Participants will explore the life cycles of frogs and butterflies while exploring the adaptations that make them unique. Students will also learn about their important role in the environment. Through live animal presentations and animal artifacts, students will get an up-close view of the natural world around them. To register for the event or for more info, visit attleboro.library.org.
Today we decided to walk to school. At the corner, we waited to cross the street. The stoplight counted down. 15, 14,
31, 13.
We took a left on Carroll Garden Street.
Garden Street?
Loud music was coming from a car. Danny's a smart kid, but he gets so distracted.
There were so many other sounds, I didn't know what to focus on.
Danny, Earth to Danny. Suddenly, he realized he forgot his homework again.
I left my homework on the table.
At the school steps, we hugged goodbye. I really hope he doesn't have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
If you are experiencing an unplanned pregnancy and are unsure of what to do or where to get help, Abundant Hope Pregnancy Resource Center in Attleboro is here for you. We provide lab-quality pregnancy tests and counseling to help you plan for your future. And to those families struggling to take care of their little ones, we offer diapers, wipes, and baby food. Perhaps you are experiencing pain or grief from an abortion. We have a post-abortive healing program to help you resolve those feelings. Our services are always free and confidential. Call us at 508-455-0425.
Hey, welcome back. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station. Justin Ferreira, Lucy Cabral, Jeff Lyons, I'm Dominic Damiano. We are covering the 2017 Lady Wildcats from West Bridgewater High School, the girls softball team. They are your 2017 South Sectional champions. They were running up. They made it to the Final Four out of the state tournament. And before we talk about that, the little prank we were talking about off air, try to make it as clean as we can. How good was it Albin that you guys met in the finals? Austin Prep.
Yeah, tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about
How
that.
good were
What
they?
happened?
Yeah, tell us, please.
So they scored about 5 or 6 runs in
Yeah.
that first inning. I think it was just we made a deep playoff run. I threw every game, and it was just to the point that we were just exhausted. And but that team, they didn't let up a run all tournament season. I think they outscored their opponents 50-0 when they faced us. And we ended up scoring 2 runs on them in the last inning. And I think that was just a big accomplishment.
That was their playoff run?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
that was a big accomplishment for us, was just to score off them. And if you looked at us after the game, you would not have known that we lost. We were all laughing. We were all smiling. We knew they were a good team going in. They were a very big powerhouse up in the north.
Yeah.
Take away that first inning. It was a game.
Yeah.
So you guys scored 27 runs in the playoffs, and you only gave up maybe 9. That's not bad either. That's really not bad, if I'm doing my math right again. Yeah, 25-9. That's pretty impressive. So that's a kudos to you guys. But you guys had an idea about you scouted them. Mm-hmm. You guys knew what they had to bring to the plate. But any given day, anybody can get beat. Any given day. It all depends on how it all plays out. Someone has to hit the ball, field the ball, and throw the ball, right? But again, 25-9. That's pretty good for the playoffs on your run when you win the South Sectional. And again, you guys the only team that probably scored. I didn't check the rest of how they finished, but you guys scored 2 runs on them. So there goes their streak on not being scored upon. So that opened up their eyes going into the finals.
Maybe
you know?
they should get pushed up a division or something like that. Nobody's scoring on them. That might be like a sign. Might be a sign.
Right.
No.
I don't know. They were probably a 1 seed coming out of the north.
Yeah, you need a 1 seed, I guess. Yeah,
right. They're probably a 1 seed.
True.
And then, of course, Bristol Aggie was your 1 seed coming out of the south, and they lost to Diamond Vogue, and Diamond Vogue was a 9 seed, and then Grand New Bedford beat them. Grand New Bedford Vogue was a 5 seed, so that's all how that worked out. You never know; anyone can be beat any given day.
Yeah. To that point, do you guys like it when it's a single elimination tournament style, or like would you rather have like a few games in a series, or?
I think it's like, I don't mind the single elimination. I think like there's days where double elimination would be good because sometimes we're not playing our best. There's other days where we could play like lights out, but there's days where we have bad days, which I think the day we faced Austin Prep was just a bad day for us.
Definitely. Maybe any finals match should be like a series, at least like a 2 out of 3.
How about you two girls? What do you think? Were you good with the single one and done? Do you like a double elimination, or do you like a pool play?
I like the single elimination because I think it makes our team play better because we're like, all right, we have to play really good or else we're done. The season's over. But we came out strong, and I think that's why, because it was single elimination, we played well because we knew like, all right, if we win, we can go to another game, and we keep going and going and going.
Do you think your team plays better with their backs against the wall, or better? Okay, nice. Some teams play better once they get like the first run and then they're just cruising, but then some other teams, they need that extra motivation to come back into one.
Yeah, I think if it was single all through like the preliminaries and then up to championship, maybe if that was like best of 3 or something, it'd be a little different, but same like with what Ashley said. Like maybe it would just like, we'd be like, oh, like we're losing this, we still have 2 more.
Yeah, you'd rather just win and get it over with.
Yeah, because you never know. You know, you never know.
And plus with East Bridgewater, like we were down that entire game until the last inning, and then we just came back and we scored 4, and we were like, oh my god. And then it was nervous the last inning, just kind of like getting the 1, 2, 3 out. Like we were only up by 1, so we did good that game. That was a tough game.
Like
definitely.
A lot of people know West Bridgewater as never giving up. Like we never give up. We fight to the end, and we've proved it multiple times. Like we've come behind East Bridgewater. We scored off Austin Prep even though we were down 7-0. It's like one of those things.
That's impressive. You don't really see that too often. I think one of the stats this year for like the Red Sox, they haven't won a game when they're trailing after the 8th or something like that. It's like you don't find that too often when a team can come back in the final inning. So kudos to you guys. Definitely.
All right, so I want to know.
I was waiting for this.
Who's your favorite softball or baseball player that you look up to? Making you think, huh? Someone that inspires you.
I would say from like the Red Sox, Dustin Pedroia, because I play second base too. So seeing like his moves and like all those crazy plays he's been making, it's kind of crazy. I'm like, oh my god, maybe I could do that.
4 Golden Gloves, yeah. And, like that's
and
definitely.
He's just like a really good like motivator on their team. He's like a really nice person.
For sure.
I feel like so. Yeah, I look up to him.
For me, it's probably Mookie Betts from the Red Sox because he's a very good. He's a great bat. He's a very good like base runner, and I love base running. It's probably like one of my favorite things. You can do so much with it. And then for softball, it's probably Kalani Ricketts. She graduated from Oklahoma a few years ago, and she's just a phenomenal pitcher, and it's just like amazing to watch her.
Definitely.
Yeah, for Red Sox, I'd say after Dustin Pedroia, definitely like David Ortiz. I feel like that just kind of goes without saying. Like he's
legend.
Yeah, amazing. And I don't really know any of their names from Oklahoma, but I did watch the World Series, and that was a great game.
Yeah, it was. I saw it too.
Softball.
Yeah, that one was intense.
Yeah, it's like 17 innings. Insane.
Any games go that long for you guys this year? Even close to it?
No. Mostly 5-inning games.
Yeah. 5-inning games.
A lot cut short.
Definitely. Oh, from like a slaughter rule kind of thing? What is that, by the way? Because I saw a 22-0 victory.
After 5.
It's, what is it?
12-run lead after 5.
12 run after 5 innings. I see. That makes sense. Yeah.
No, what's it after 10? Isn't there something after 3.5 after 10, or is it just the 12?
Different league, yeah.
No,
Different
Oh, that's
leagues.
probably,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like,
different leagues have different rules, right?
That's ASA and Pony. So that's a club rule.
Now, does it change when you play non-league games? the mercy rule?
It can, but most of the games we play by that rule.
You play by that
But
rule?
Usually it's the home teams league rules. Yeah, playoffs are different. Yeah.
Okay.
Playoffs go right to the winner.
Now I know we hypothetically touched about advice you could give these girls. How was it as leaders? Any advice you can give the new leaders on this team? You can pass on to the girls filling in your shoes. If you could give them any advice at all, as being a leader and stepping into your 3 shoes.
I think, like I said earlier, just like communication is key. I think making sure that everyone knows what's going on at the same time, like being on the same page. Like we had like a group message that we would always talk in, just to be like, hey, like this happened, like this is how we're gonna move forward from it, or like anything like that.
Okay.
For me, it's just like have patience and like be the first one to step up. Like the younger kids look up to you. Like be the first one to grab equipment if it's just sitting there. Like be the first one to run on the field, run off the field. Don't like stop. Just be like a good role model to kids.
I would say motivate the younger girls because sometimes they can get down on themselves because they're kind of new to the team, like varsity. So like if they have a bad at bat, like they strike out, like tell them it's okay, you'll get them next time. Go play on the field, go play your hardest. Like you got this, because sometimes it happened this season, and sometimes some of the young girls like get down on themselves, but just kind of motivate your younger girls.
Now, what did you guys do keep the camaraderie going? You guys have pizza parties, sleepovers, or something?
We some of the doubleheaders we'd have like some of the moms like brought snow cones one day. We had snow cones and we'd have pizza.
I'm going to those meetings.
Cupcakes. I don't know, like something just to keep us happy.
Yeah, get the blood sugar up.
Yeah.
So before each game, every time we had a home game, we have this gazebo at our home field, and we would, after our field warm-ups, we would go out there, and the captains and seniors would sit on one side across from them, and everyone else would sit in like a semicircle, and we would be like say the things that we wanted to do that game. So like say like either like I want to like steal more bases, I want to get more hits, like I want to like strike people out. Like you just tell them what you're gonna do today, and then you move on, and then at the end we just like say like, what do we say? I forget. It's been so long. It's just like we say like together because that's the only way we go in places. And then like I think that's just a big factor for us.
Okay.
I know for like when it was an away game, we'd listen to like a bunch of music, and to just kind of like pump everyone up and get everyone like in the spirit of like ready to play, like once you step on the field kind of thing. And sing. We would sing a lot on the bus.
A lot of singing on the bus. I really want to get into that. We only got 2 minutes and 9 seconds left. I don't know if you guys had anything before we sign off.
I'm just looking at the team picture with their trophy, and a lot of smiles on these faces, and you can tell you had a great season, and kudos to all all the girls. I mean, is there anyone you want to give a shout out on the team to? I know you had a lot of support from family and friends. And,
great point.
Yeah.
I would give a shout out to Coach Hyde because he stepped up the season with everything, like troop with the baby. Like it was unexpected that he was going to be coming up this early in the season, and he just kind of kept us motivated the entire season. So I give a shout out to him.
I just give like a shout out to everyone, like either like the whole like West Bridgewater as a whole. Like without them, like they had our backs the whole time. Like if you like we have like this Facebook page, West Bridgewater Hub, and they were all just cheering us on there. They were posting about us. It was just amazing.
I think I'm on that one.
I'd also like to shout out Mr. Hyde because, like Ashley said, he really stepped up this year. Also, one of the managers, Peyton Doherty, who's Morgan Doherty's on the team, her younger sister, she was in charge of Game Changer, so like that's how she got to follow along on there. And also Colleen O'Toole, who stepped up with Peyton because she was injured and helped her with like the book, and also Abby Bedard managed too. So, yeah.
All right, girls, we're going to get going here. I want to thank you girls for coming on. I know I can speak for everybody here at 4 Deep Sports Talk and we say congratulations on a great season. I know the people on the station, 1320 AM WARA, they will also want to say congratulations and good luck in whatever you do. And, Coach, hopefully we'll see you soon again.
Definitely.
For Lucy Cabral, Jeff Lyons, Justin Ferrer, I'm Dominic Damiano. We hope you enjoyed this hour of 4 Deep Sports Talk as we covered the 2017 Lady Wildcats from West Bridgewater girls softball team. We will catch you next time.